After accusing government officials for allegedly being involved in Karamoja Iron Sheets saga meant for Karamoja sub-region, some of the ministers apologized, while the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, and the State Minister for Karamoja Affairs, Agnes Nandutu, returned the iron sheets.
I did not ask for them, but I ordered that they should be given to schools. Innocently. I did not open a shop, sell them, but they were given to schools, government schools. So I don't want other ministers to be pulled into what they are not concerned.
The intention to create the offense is created the moment you get to know that, one, these iron sheets are not meant for me, but you put them to any other use. Because all these people involved are senior government officials, the iron sheets were labeled OPM. The first question in their minds would have been, is there any OPM program which is distributing iron sheets to MPs?
At least 53 ministers seem to have received the alleged iron sheets.
Initially, we agreed to that arrangement, where I would make good the iron sheets on top of that roof. And unfortunately, the following day before we could execute this, a big story came out in the New Vision. Now, the team changed their position and said, we don't want you to buy the iron sheets. We want to recover those ones. Of course, I had no choice, because that's what they said. They want to recover them and look for money, buy my own iron sheets, and put them there, because I wouldn't allow my ghost to die.
She normally refers to me as local, having served in the Ministry of Local Government. So I stopped. And when she approached me, she asked me if I had picked iron sheets from the store. I told her I had not picked. And what came to my mind was that maybe it was a response from the previous requests I had made to Minister Esther Nyakun, Minister Kuyuchin Grace. And she told me that if I don't pick the iron sheets, others will take.
If I had primary schools who also had requested differently, I would have divided the iron sheets among them. But my primary schools, they are not needed at this material time.
It doesn't matter whether you return them or whether you refund. Some have plucked them off other properties. For me, I think liability is created from the time the diversion happens, from the time you receive these goods, and you either make a decision to take them to another place or even to retain them. Like one person has said, they're still at my home. If you make the decision to retain them, that's where liability is created. So any other matters are secondary, in my opinion, and I think that it's quite important to clarify that these people should appear alongside if the fight is to have any meaningful efforts, and for it not to appear like grandstanding or selective or persecution of the Honorable Kitutu.
On Tuesday last week, Karamoja Affairs Minister Kitutu appeared before the Anti-Corruption Court on charges of loss of property, corruption and conspiracy to defraud.
Kitutu, Goreti, Kimono conspired together by deceit to defraud beneficiaries under the Karamoja Community Empowerment Program of 9,000 pre-painted iron sheets of gauge 28. Madam Kitutu, have you heard and understood?
But Ugandans are waiting what will happen to other ministers involved in the saga.
As it is now, without a police report, I cannot say that this offense was right to be charged or it wasn't right. And we don't know why the DPP preferred the offenses it preferred against the minister. We can only know that when we have looked at the disclosure, the evidence, the government evidence against the minister. We don't have any reason from the DPP as to why other ministers implicated in this saga were not charged.
Not at all. This is not selective prosecution. What has happened is that the case is being handled in piecemeal. So this is just the first case file. So there's a case file in respect of each suspect, and the case files will be submitted by the police to the office of the DPP for consideration, as and when they complete investigations.
Lawyers say the DPP's office to prosecute Minister Kitutu, it's selective prosecution. But what does the law say?
It doesn't matter whether you return them, it doesn't matter whether you're paying in cash, it doesn't matter whether you put them to good use, like those who are saying that I put them to a government school or to a church, because ordinarily civil servants have been charged for misappropriating money. It doesn't matter whether they put it to personal use, but the moment they are not put to the use that government allocated the money for, the offense and liability is created therein. So all these people who are found in possession of these materials or who have returned them, it's all evidence to show that they should be liable. The ingredients are that one, the program for these sheets was meant to be Karamoja. Any diversion or any person who conspired or who helped or who abetted the diversion of those resources away from Karamoja, any other property, however well intentioned, participated in the further commission of the crime, because one, they didn't go to where they were meant to be. So any person who received these goods should have been charged alongside the Honorable Kitutu. There have been those who have said that they are returning, that I'm returning the iron sheets, or I am returning the money, I'm refunding. It doesn't matter, it doesn't help in terms of the criminal liability. If you're saying you're found in possession of goods and you have a duty to explain how you got them, it doesn't matter whether you return them or whether you refund. Some have plucked them off other properties.
To resolve the Karamoja Iron Sheets saga, Parliamentary Committee on Presidential Affairs, the IGG's office, Attorney General's office and the police investigated the matter.
For us to know what really happened and what should be done against the ministers, including the Prime Minister, who is supposed to supervise the minister who was charged, and it is on record that even the Prime Minister received the iron sheets, and the Prime Minister, including the Vice President. We pray that the report is released by the police and the Parliament for us to know and be satisfied that what was done by the DPP to only charge one minister was right, or it wasn't. If the minister is prosecuted and convicted of the offenses of abuse of office, diversion of public resources, corruption, the minister is likely to face a sentence of 10 years to 12 years. But that's only he's convicted. As it is now, he's just a suspect. He is still innocent until proved guilty.
By Honorable Kitutu and the brother, there's an offense of corruption, there's an offense of loss of public property, there's an offense of causing financial loss and conspiracy to defraud. Some of them are taken from the Anti-Corruption Act, others are taken from the Penal Code. Conspiracy to defraud is taken from the Penal Code, and it carries a maximum sentence of 3 years. And then the others, which are in the Anti-Corruption Act, carry a maximum sentence of life, of 10 years, and a fine of 4.8 million if convicted, upon conviction, or both. Now the DPP has a duty to bring evidence against reasonable doubt against these accused persons and convinces court. If court is convinced and they are convicted, those are some of the maximum sentences. But of course, you know, in the sentencing, judicial officer takes into consideration several issues. They may not get the maximum sentence if at all they are convicted, depending on the level of liability, depending on the level of participation.
So we are waiting for what is going to happen. We are yet to know the evidence against the minister and other people charged. And we are also waiting to hear from the DPP why other ministers and MPs were not charged, as we are waiting for the government, for the police report about their investigations as far as Karamoja Iron Sheets scandal is concerned.
Or they might even do a fine, or the sentence might run concurrently, but like I say, that should come after a thorough and well fair hearing and a trial. For purposes of knowing or seeing that this is not a persecution I think it would be proper that every person who received these handsheets joins the two accused persons in the dock.
Minister Kitutu will appear in the anti-corruption court tomorrow to face the same charges that led to her remand to Luzia government prison.
You move. We don't want to push you. Move.